And that's what I want to share with us today. That's why we're going to kind of walk through the cybersecurity aspect of it. We're going to talk about what is cybersecurity. Why should CPAs care about cybersecurity? What are the controls supportive of effective cybersecurity? And how much does it cost? How much does it really cost, depending upon the size of our organization? Again, many of us here are sole practitioners, all the way up to our clients that might have several hundred or maybe 1,000 plus or thousands of employees. How much does it cost to have effective cybersecurity? What is cybersecurity? This is a definition taken from a book titled Cybersecurity for Beginners by Ray Mayuwisa. And this is an interesting definition I want to focus on a bit. Cybersecurity is the protection of digital devices and their communication channels to keep them suitable, dependable, and reasonably safe from danger or threat. Usually the required protection level must be sufficient to prevent or address unauthorized access or intervention before it can lead to substantial, and this is the part we're going to kind of talk about a bit, personal, professional, organizational, financial, and or political harm. Because it really that encompasses a lot. Personal, professional, organizational, financial, and or political harm. Who can come up with an example of something that has happened related to cybersecurity dealing with professional harm? You can think of something. Now, I'll give you a hint, something that we might have seen on television. I'll give you another hint.
How about the Sony hack?
Oh, okay.
Some of those.
Sony hack, that's an example. I think that would be more operational, financial. But I'm actually, I'm sorry?
The Russian collusion.
The Russian collusion, okay, that's political. So, we're hitting on a few things here. Maybe we'll come back to that one. But think about what profession could be affected by like an exposure of who they are, something that they wouldn't want to share, that might affect them professionally.
Celebrities.
Bank, well, that could be the bank, it's an institution. Well, I'll give you a hint. I'm going to get, okay, I said TV. Okay, Hollywood. What about that? Maybe that's a better hint. Who could be affected professionally if they're exposed the wrong way? And it's happening. Yeah, well, you can't. This is my wife over here. She knows the answer. But anyway, yeah, actors, actresses. You've probably heard of, people that they've uploaded pictures of themselves. They thought the place where they would upload those pictures would be safe. And it turns out that those particular sites where they did the upload, those sites weren't as secure as what they were led to believe, and that information got out, and that could affect their profession. Let's go back to political. We can come up with some political examples of how cyber attacks have affected the politics, any politics.
Congressman Weiner in New York.
You know what?
Is inappropriate sharing of pictures of himself.
That's right. Yeah, what he said was Congressman, is it Weiner or Wiener? I always get that term around. But yeah, Congressman, he probably would prefer. Well, anyway, Congressman Weiner. That's an example of politics. And then most of us are aware of what's happening or what has happened now. It looks like the country is coming around to maybe considering that a foreign government has affected our political process here. So guess what? As things become more global, these are the kinds of things to consider. I think a lot of us can come up with examples of financial or political harm. Oh, I'm sorry, financial harm. Who can name an example of financial harm? Someone actually just said it. The banks.
The ransomware thing that went out?
Ransomware, that's a good point. That's something we're gonna kind of talk about that. But yeah, right on. Yeah.
In my case, is hacking the phone system and making $9,500 in calls.